What's happening, guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Crew Ultimate Garage 2.0. So, today we are going to be reviewing the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 non-V-Spec. But, I mean, it's my own version of the car since I customized it. So, let's get straight into it. This car is my car of choice for street spec. Thunder obviously uses the BRZ, but pretty much anyone who knows what they're doing on this game uses okay, maybe not anyone who knows what they're doing, but the car of choice for a lot of players. Go into a PvP lobby right now, pick a street spec race, and see how many players choose GTRs. I'm gonna look like an idiot if no one picks a GTR, but that's besides the point. In most of the PvP lobbies I go into, a lot of players, if not all of them, use a Skyline as their car of choice, depending on the event, of course. For a race, most people use a Skyline, and if it's something like a Blitz Brawl, they might use something different that's heavier, hard to knock out of the circle, or something like that. But overall, the general consensus from players on crew, at least on PC, on the crew, is that the Skyline is one of the, if not the best, street spec car. Let's find out why. I decided I should probably prove my point about the GTR being the car of choice, which is why I've decided to come here, to the Miami, Florida PvP lobby. Let's find a match and see how many people decide to use GTRs. And in we go. Hopefully, we'll be able to pick our street spec event of choice. Apparently we won't. Next time. Now that we're back in the actual lobby of the PvP event, we're going to just select any street spec event, really. I mean, I guess we might as well make it a race, though. It has just occurred to me that there are only two of us in this lobby, which kind of defeats my point about it being a widely used car for street spec races. Which means that, well, that means that I might need to go into a bigger lobby. After a great many minutes were spent searching for another PvP lobby, I regrettably didn't find another one, which leads me to believe that literally no one plays the crew online anymore in PvP lobbies. They play calling all units, but they don't play PvP lobbies. So, that is sad. And with that, back to the review. So, here I am at the Little Eagle Speedrome, and as you can see, it's not the fastest car. It's obviously not perf spec because it's street spec. Adoy. But around this curve, we can hit a top speed of about 177 miles an hour. And on a straightaway, 184, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the farthest I got was 188, but I'm pretty sure it could reach 190 plus with nitrous. We're going to see on this next turn. 3, 2, 1. $198 was what we got to with nitrous. So, overall, it's not the slowest car, and I actually have, like, literally no graphs or charts to prove that. However, in my experience using multiple cars on this game, I found that this car handles quite well and is, in general, just really nice to drive. It doesn't spin out of control a lot. See, I'm moving it back and forth, and it's not spinning out. If you did this with, say, a circuit spec car, I mean, some of these differences are just because it's a certain spec, but if you did this with a circuit spec car, it would not end well for you. You'd probably end up in the bleachers over there. Now that we've actually gotten a straightaway and seen that this car is actually pretty fast, I'm tempted to do a top speed run. Actually, you know what? I think I will. I'll just have to find a place that has a nice long stretch of road for that. And I think I know just the place. So I've decided to come here and try and reach a top speed, or at least something close to 188 miles an hour. We have quite a long stretch of not necessarily open road in front of us, but it is wet, so traction might be a bit hard to come by. But it is a very, very long stretch of road that we can drive on, and already we are reaching speeds of 185 miles an hour. Hopefully, we can even beat our top speed. 191, 92, 3, 4. $95. And I just hit that car. Okay. 197. 8. 9. 200. 201. 202. 203. And we have a curve coming up. And so that seems to be because we're going downhill. And now with nitrous, with a top speed of 211 with nitrous and about 205 without. So, this is the longest stretch of road I found so far. So, that's a pretty high top speed. And I guess I'll have to add this to a list of things where I rank all the cars. In fact, let's do that now. No, I don't want to join your stupid chase. These are the results for the top speed of the Skyline GTR R34. The top speed without nitrous was 203 miles per hour. The top speed with nitrous was 211 miles an hour, and the average top speed between those two was 207 miles per hour. And being as this is the first car in the Ultimate Garage 2.0, we don't have any other cars to compare it to. But next episode, we'll see how that car compares with this one. So with the exception of the top speed figures, I don't have any other performance numbers for this car. But that's not a problem, because we do have this. This is a faction mission. Fleeing the country. Street spec Skyline GTR being the perfect car for the job. As you guys may have noticed, this car is, well, street spec, it's a GTR. It's not meant to be off-roaded or anything of that nature. Although it does have an all-wheel drive system, that's not what it's meant for. It's meant to hug the corners and take you around the track as fast as possible. I mean, this isn't even a Nismo edition, but it still does that fairly well. It also likes to skid around a bit. I mean, it's not a drift, it's a power slide, or skid, as some people call them. I don't really get that, but I just called it a skid just because I felt like it. But the reason I mention off-roading, or lack thereof anyway, is because during this mission, there's an opportunity to take a massive jump and shave a bit of time off of the mission. However, I will say that you must be careful to look at your damage meter up in the top left-hand corner. If it's still in the green, you're fine. That jump does take a major bit of damage to pull off, and so does sliding against that wall. However, we will still complete the mission successfully because I am an awesome driver on this game, and eventually my car will get better too. I'm sure that's fine. But this car is extremely fast, nimble, very well handling. I mean, extremely fast, like I said, for a street spec car. So, all in all, I'd say it's pretty good. Now, the one definitive way to end this, well, I can only think of one way that we can truly prove the superiority of this car. But of course, we'll save that for after we finish this race. And here we are, close to the end of the journey. I ran into a bit of an issue, and by ran into, I mean literally ran into an issue, which is why my health is so low. And of course, now they decided to pour on the traffic. Although it looks like we have a bit of an empty stretch here. But one good hit from a wall, pillar, traffic cone, literally a hit from anything, and my car will pretty much die. So hopefully we can make it. We have 1.5 miles left to go. So I think we can do this. Fortunately, this car is also not super wide or anything, so it squeezes through traffic very well. Handling is great, actually. Can't touch those yellow things though, because those will also wreck my car, and stupid driving will do the same. Okay, there we are. Finish line is straight ahead. Power. If I hit that car, I was going to be so mad. Anyway, there we go. We have just finished that faction mission. And now that we've done that, I think there's only one true way that we can prove how good this car is in comparison to some other cars. That one way is with a drag race. So, Thunderhawk is magically here now, and as soon as this plane flies away on my screen, we will begin the drag race. He is in his BRZ, as you know, his car of choice, and I in my Skyline. Of course, my Skyline is a bit faster, but all in all, they're still around the same level. So, that being said, I can't do proper burnouts in this car because apparently it's like all-wheel drive when it comes to burnouts, but I don't really understand the drivetrains and the crew. So, let's start the race. Thunder, will you count down?
3, 2, 1, go.
No Nas. So as you can see, he's keeping up with me quite well. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Okay. I'm gaining. No, I'm not. Never mind. Alright. That was a interesting race. So we'll do 2 more. This time with Nas. All the way back up against the fence. Okay. Okay, I'll count down this time. 3, 2, 1. Wait, is there a plane going? There is about to be a plane coming. So, in order to prevent me getting smacked in the face with a landing gear, we'll wait until it takes off. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. And I decided to go straight into the water because reasons. Okay, third and final drag race as soon as the plane moves. It just kind of bullies its way in here, like, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So with NOS, this thing absolutely destroys the BRZ. You should probably buy one. You should buy a Skyline. Yeah. Okay. So without nitrous, it's kind of lackluster in a drag race, but with NOS, I'm assuming you didn't use nitrous that first race. But with NOS, it is an absolute powerhouse. Also might want to avoid ramming into fences as it does tend to damage the windshield. But who cares about damaging the crew? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to see the montage of this car, that's already up. So there will be an annotation to that. So just wait until the outro. Other than that, any last words, Thunder?
Nope.
Okay. Very silent today. So, that being said, hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.